Hello guys, this is Pavel Oskorov and one-to-one relationships demo in Laravel. So I have a small project for you here, just a list of users with companies with one-to-one relationship. I'll show you the database schema now. So it's a simple users table that comes from default Laravel. I haven't changed anything there. And I've created a new table companies with user ID field with relationship. So how did I do that? Let's take a look at the code. I've made a migration file for companies with that field. Integer field, unsigned, and with foreign key. Next step is I've migrated the data, then I've created a model. So user model was already present in Laravel. I've created a model called company with fillable fields and with relationship belongs to the user. Actually, I could skip this one, but just to make it more visual, I'll leave it here. And then on the other hand, I've added a company function to the user. So user has one company, and company belongs to a user. So this is how it works in models. And then, not sure if it's relevant, but I've created some seeds. So in database seeder, just for the demo purposes, I've created a factory with users. I'm creating 10 demo users, 10 simple random users with company each. So that is described in factories. So there is a user factory with faker and there is a company factory with faker. Now, how does it look visually? If I click on a default logo, it takes me to the /users index, which is list of users. In my routes, I'll open routes PHP, routes web PHP. So there are two resource controllers, and homepage redirects to resource controller user. And in users controller, in index method, I have two options to load the users table. Actually, the users table consists of name, email of user, and then company with relationship. That's what I'm trying to demo here. And there are two menu items here, list of users and list of user with eager loading. I've mentioned that in a theory of the course of this lesson. So if there is a parameter of eager loading, then I'm loading the user with company, with relationship. If not, then I just load user all. And let's take a look at the difference here. So I have 10 users, and at the bottom, not sure if you see that. Yeah, you do see that. There is a debug bar. There is a package. I'll show you that composer JSON. Laravel debug bar. So it shows a lot of useful things with Laravel. So it shows queries of the database. And if you load the users without eager loading, here's what's happening. It loads all the users, and then for all the user, it loads every company. So if we go to our index blade, this is how it looks. So for each user, we request user's company. So in this case, it will load every time it will ask for a company. So basically, query the database without eager loading if you don't load the relationship up front. But if you go for eager loading, which in the code it is represented like this, so with company, look at this. There are only 2 queries instead of 11. So it will load the companies one time with querying the users which are in the array. So that's the eager loading, and then there's list of companies, which is really similar. I'll hide the debug bar. It's just the difference is only in how it is shown. So the other way around. In users index, it's user company, and companies index, it's company user. So that's belongs to relationship is used. And the final thing here is to add a new user. There is a form here, almost default from Laravel. So name, email, password with company name. Sorry for the sounds outside of my window. So yeah, in users controller we have a create form. It's just a form, and then in store method, that's what we're interested in. We create a user with those 3 main fields, then we create a company with the rest of the fields, And then this line actually uses the relationships to add company to the user. And notice that we don't set user ID here. This line takes care of it. So user company, it actually, behind the scenes, it adds user ID to the user and then redirects back. Let's try to add a test com and test company address and some phone number. We say user, and it should redirect back to the users list with our company added. So that was a quick demo of one-to-one relationship, and the project is available on GitHub. You can just rename some things and play with it longer. See you in the next videos.